The Silver Scrolls of Jerusalem, long before the Bible was bound between covers, before its verses were copied into ink and parchment, two tiny strips of silver lay hidden in a tomb outside ancient Jerusalem. When archaeologists uncovered them in 1979 at Cave of Hinnom, just beyond the city walls, they were so fragile that even touching them risked turning them to dust. Yet within these coiled sheets of silver lay words that would shake the foundations of biblical history, words written centuries before any known copy of the Hebrew Bible existed. When the scrolls were carefully unrolled, scholars saw faint letters etched by a steady hand. The text was not a story, not a prophecy, but a blessing, one that would later appear almost word for word in the book of Numbers. "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and give you peace." That single phrase linked these silver scrolls, dated to around the 7th century BCE, directly to the priestly traditions of Jerusalem long before the first full biblical manuscripts were ever compiled. To understand their significance, imagine a world where sacred words were rare, spoken by priests, carried through memory and ritual. The Silver Scrolls prove that some of those words were not only spoken. They were written, preserved, and worn as amulets, close to the heart. The people who inscribed them believed that divine protection could be carried like light in metal, warding off evil and illness. The craftsmanship itself tells a story of devotion and precision. Tiny letters were hammered into the thin silver by hand, each line reflecting both faith and artistry. When analyzed, the writing showed one of the earliest examples of the ancient Hebrew script, a script still in transition from its Phoenician roots, bridging languages and civilizations. But the true mystery is not only what they say, but what they imply. If these words existed centuries before the official canon of Scripture, then the traditions we call biblical may have been living, evolving, whispered, and etched into the world long before they were gathered into holy books. The Silver Scrolls blur the line between archaeology and revelation, showing that belief, even in its earliest form, was already crystallized in language, already inscribed in silver. Today, they are no larger than a matchstick, housed safely in the Israel Museum. Yet within their shimmering surface lies the oldest surviving piece of the Bible, a fragile echo from the dawn of written faith, a message that has traveled through time like light reflected on metal, blessing, protection, and peace, from an age when words themselves were divine.